Good day, YouTube. It's the 26th of October, 2025, and we just got back from Silverton, Oregon this morning. I don't know, maybe it's about noon, so it could be this afternoon. Picked up what is supposed to be a 2013 John Deere Gator HPX. This is a four-wheel drive, high-low transfer case or whatever. It's got locking rear differential. It's got the V-twin liquid-cooled Kawasaki, and it is missing all the parts that you see are missing. Yes, those are not, believe it or not, those are not the factory front wheels. It was at a state auction, not a state of Oregon auction, where this guy picked up a couple of these, and anyway, I went up, looked at both of them. We did talk a little bit about maybe buying both, but this is really the one I wanted. You can see the left front fender's destroyed. The bed is missing, the roll bar's missing, a few other parts, but it does run. It does go into gear and go forwards and backwards. I made a little bit of room in the barn this morning for this before the engine gets too wet. Let's pull it in, see what we got. All right, I set a seat on it and fired it up. We got to back it off. It's super tight on the trailer, so the pins that lock the tailgate, we got to watch for those so they don't pop a tire or something. Here we go. Let's fiddle with this thing for a little bit, and then I'll bring you back and show you what we're into. I don't even know myself. Here we go. Well, boys and girls, we haven't been videoing very good today. We've been playing with the Gator a little bit too much probably, but anyway, the tires on the front, boat trailer tires, the right front's not holding air very long, so we pumped it up, took it out for a drive because we've been kind of fiddling with it. Let me bring you up to speed with what we've done today. We bolted the seats down, which was a bit of a challenge. They're aftermarket seats. Passenger side went real good. You can see the bolt holes that we used. The driver's side, however, we had to make a template and drill some new holes. And that fought us a little bit, but it was okay. Got it down. Oh, when we first took it for a drive, it only had like a little bit of gas in it, and well, we ran out. So anyway, this seat goes back and forth so it does not tilt. But anyway, we took a template at the bottom of the seat, the holes we wanted to use. And yeah, we drilled some new holes in that plate and we got her mounted. Took a minute, but we got it done. It's pretty cool. Obviously it runs good. We had to do a few things like the fuel line clamps weren't tight. I didn't like what we seen. The filter was on backwards, so straightened that out. It was old, needed to be replaced. Anyway, we have some cut wires. We'll have to chase that down. We don't know what was on this machine. I do have a text message into a person that's got parts for this that the guy I bought this from was chasing parts. So effectively he's going to pick them up Tuesday. It's a very good chance I'll be picking up the same parts he was going to get on Tuesday as well. I'll get some pictures of this, send it to the parts guy. I was actually wheeling and dealing with a Gator machine from the parts guy as well. And we ended up with this one, which very, very happy with. Yeah, here she just runs like a top. Here's the data information. You can see 041713 as a data manufacturer. Air filter was good. It was low on oil. We put some oil in it. We checked brake fluid was good. I put a little antifreeze in the surge bottle, bringing it up, but the radiator was full. It is getting warm up here, just barely, but warm. Well, warm, 120 or something. What else? Yeah, I got to get wheels from the guy. I tried to get the roll bar from the guy. I don't doubt he's got a fender, but those are available aftermarket. We got to get that cross member so we can get this rear end pieced back together and get that wood block out of there. And then we'll figure out the tire situation. Again, I've got 12-inch wide wheels that I think would look awesome on the back of this, and that's really, I think, where we're headed. So 12-inch wide wheels. Need to put a parts list together. Some will be new, some will be used, like the top of the shifter, things like that. So it's going to be fun project. So we'll end this video here, guys, at least for now. Well, let's just pause the video here. This video's got a long way to go. Let's pause the video here. Let's see what I get for parts. We might go get them here in a couple of days, and we could start working on this thing a little bit. I need to get a rear hitch for it. Supposedly the guy has one. I just think they should have one. And then I've got some ideas for a bed for this. So we get everything else done, we'll worry about the bed situation. So you want to go for just a tiny little drive. I don't really know how this thing's supposed to shift, but it shifts very hard. It turns sharp. It turns as sharp or sharper than my golf cart. So good power, good pickup. Got good low end, and then the clutch kicks in and it goes well. So it's pretty smooth, it's pretty quiet. If we had a bed on this thing. Neutral. So yeah, pretty happy with it, my little purchase. If you ask me, I'll tell you what I paid for it. Guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Well, guys, this video started off a little bit unorganized, but I had my brother-in-law with me. We were just having a good time kind of seeing where we were at with this Gator. So if I've missed some stuff, or if I double tell you some stuff, you'll understand that, well, we got off on a not the wrong foot by any means, because this is a pretty cool machine. I just let it get the best of me, I guess. So what we did when we got this thing back was mount the seats. So the person I bought this from had ordered seats, and they had come in, and he included them with our purchase price. And anyway, so we put the seats on. We had to do some re-drilling on the driver's side. Passenger side, we found some holes. These are universal seats, so they've got 700 volt patterns on the back. none of them were correct for the driver's side. This thing, so we made a template out of cardboard on the bottom of the seat, picking the 4 holes we were going to use. Use that template to drill the holes in the steel plate on the Gator, and kind of went from there. Drilled the holes, put some bolts in. Took them a couple of hours because they weren't fun to get to. But seats bolted down, so we're in good shape there. This left front fender is trashed, and they're available in the aftermarket, but the people that sell them are pretty poor about responding to questions and so forth, so I'm getting there. We'll get there with the new fenders pretty soon. The issue is I don't want to put one fender on it because the right front fender is fine. Right front fender you can find everywhere. The left front fender, not so much. Like it's like 10% of the places that'll sell you a right front, only 10% will sell you a left. That's the trouble that I'm having, but we'll get there. I think I'm down to like 2 vendors that supposedly have both fenders, so I am trying to put that together. I think these little black pieces down here will be fine. They'll be good enough. I'm not trying to make this thing new by any means, although I've seen some people do it. So, fenders are coming. Wheels and tires. I'm almost ready to punch an order. It has just taken me a long time to learn about tire size and so forth. If I'm not mistaken, the rears are a 24, 1050, 10. So 24 inches tall, 10.5 inches wide on a 10-inch wheel. I can find used wheels for the front. Obviously, these are trailer wheels. They are 12-inch trailer wheels. I could actually use these wheels. I've got some new tires that are off my Honda Active pickup. I can put some new tires on these and use them or sell them or something. These tires are junk. The right front doesn't hold any air. But I'm learning about tires and fitment and so forth. So if you have let's say an 8-inch wide wheel, then a 10-inch tire, 10-inch wide tire is appropriate for that. So I think what I'm going to order is a 12-inch wheel. That's the diameter of the rim. These are 10s, right? So I'm going to order 12s, a little taller. 25-inch tall tire. Okay. I'll order 8-inch wide wheels with a 10-inch wide tire. So a 25, 10, 12. 25 overall height, 10 inches wide on a 12-inch wheel. I'll order all 4 same wheels. These did not come with the same wheels. They were a little narrower on the front, maybe 2 inches narrower up front. I really want all 4 to be the same. And I was going to go as big as far as width is concerned as I could, but I have decided not to. On the rear, it looks plenty wide. That's a 10.5-inch wide tire. So 10-inch wide tire is going to look very similar to that. It's going to be an inch taller all the way around. Won't bother anything. We have plenty of room for fun tires. So 25 by 10 by 12. That's tire size. I just have to final selection on the tires and final selection on the wheels. I did find there is a variety of wheels available in the cast aluminum market. So it's going to get cast aluminum wheels. They're going to be cool and it's going to look awesome. I just got to get there. So we're getting there. So the next thing is this thing's obviously missing lots of parts. So the one thing that stands out the most is, there's no bed on this thing. But if you see off in the corner behind the tracker, you can see I found a bed, but it burst into flames bringing it home coming down the freeway. No, the Gator actually burst into flames, and that's why this became a donor bed. But man, look how nice it was before it caught fire. Oh my gosh, it wasn't even scratched up. So I think what the parts guy told me is that this was belonged to a school district, and something caught the Gator on fire, and then the fire department came out and put out the fire, and it scorched the bed. I don't really see that it's warped or anything. It just caught fire and burnt the paint off of it. And if it had those plastic fenders on it, which it appears it might have, it obviously melted those away, and then they've been stripped off or something. So to find a bed was kind of amazing, because I can only imagine what John Deere wants for a new bed, and they probably sell it in pieces. It's probably, I'm going to guess here, a couple $1,000. Maybe it's more than that. Heck, I don't know. So it would have probably been unaffordable, and I'd have had to come up with a different option. I still paid up for this thing, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's got a little bit of work to be done, but I got one, so that's great. You might notice that the tailgate is gone. Well, more on that in a little bit. I have the tailgate, but let's say it's a two-piece tailgate. I think a firefighter got a little overzealous with his chop saw and cut the tailgate in half, and I don't know why. We'll never know why, but it's got a little extra work to go on it. But hey, I'm up for that. What else did we get? So the biggest thing that was gone that this thing needs the most just to be operational is there was a cross member back here that supported the shocks, the springs, the suspension. This whole thing relied on this cross member, and for whatever reason this cross member was gone, and it's been supported by a couple blocks of wood, one of which fell out. And so I needed this cross member, and luckily I was able to find one. Well, it's not exactly installed now, is it? But it goes roughly in that location, and I think the bed hinges from here. So we have the cross member. Again, off that same burnt machine, which is cool that wasn't all torched. So we have a cross member. That's pretty good. That's probably another really hard part to get. So what else would I like to have? What would normally go in here if it was equipped would be like a trailer hitch. I really wished I had a trailer hitch. Something like that. Yep, I got a trailer hitch off that same rig included with our parts stuff there. And what else would have been nice to have? So a front bumper would sure make the front of this thing look better, and of course protect all the vital front components on this thing if and when you hit something. Now, doesn't that look better? Oh yeah. Kind of just sitting there, but really makes the front end look better. And it's got a spot for a little receiver hitch on the front. And I've got, I'll show you, this little, it's just a 2,000 pound Badlands winch that I bought because I needed the controller out of it real quick one day. And the remote controller, when I was selling my step van, my remote controller died. Anyway, so I stole the remote control out of this. I think there's still a manual controller in it. So I thought I'd build a bracket to slide in on the small type receiver hitch so that it can go in the front or in the back and be portable, and then use like a jumper cable, if you will, to connect to the battery. So it could be portable. You could have a winch or not have a winch, put it on the front, put it on the rear kind of deal. And I already have it. I need to use it anyway. I know it's not very big, but better than nothing. We've had a 2,000 pound winch on one of our ATVs in the past, and could use it to, pull yourself out. So I picked up a lot of parts for this thing. The one thing that this doesn't have, which it could really, really use, is the roll bar. And here it is. I have it. I have the cross member pieces. If I put it on, I just have to take it off when I get fenders, because it goes through the holes on the fenders. Yeah, like right there, I guess. Anyway, yeah, got to do that. And then it had one on it, obviously. These washers are still a little bit loose, but then it bolts to here. And then these are the cross pieces for the roll bar. And I think the guy kept all the hardware and stuff, so I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I have to go get something, but I think I have all the hardware. And then here is the two-piece tailgate I mentioned. It an overzealous rescue person actually did a pretty good job of cutting this thing with the rescue saw. But now I gotta weld it back together. I don't think it's gonna be any big deal. I don't think this thing got hot enough to warp it, or it's not warped too bad. So here we go. And I got some of the seatbelt stuff that bolts into the roll bar and etc. He's still looking for the rest of the seatbelt stuff, the seatbelts themselves. So if he doesn't find them, I'll have to go to the John Deere store or something. But hopefully he locates that stuff for me. And he's called me a couple days ago, said he thinks he may have found it. A friend's got some or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to get started putting some of this stuff on. The most important thing is this cross member. If we get it put in, we can get the suspension hooked back up again, and that will be awesome. So I think we'll put that piece in before we end this video, and then we'll kind of work on the rest of this. I don't have a ton of time. My wife's got me on kind of a short leash because we're remodeling her studio behind our house, and she's got an event coming up in 12 days, and she's not ready. And I got a lot of work to do as well, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it like every day. So, John Deere Gator, here we go. All right, we are getting ready to put this cross member in. So I got a jack and a bunch of blocks and stuff up on this upper frame piece to lift it and get the pressure off the coilovers, which I have done. So I should be able to get the bolts out. There's a hole in the frame over here for them, if they'll cooperate. That. Somebody hit this one with a grinder wheel. I know you can't see it, but it's a death wheel or something. Okay. So there's that nuts there. I got all the bolts out of this cross member. Gonna have to get those shocks put in place while we set the cross member in place. At least that'd be the easy way to do it. That one is. That one went easy. This one is not gonna get a choice. Gonna give it a choice. It's close enough. Okay. So we can get these bolts in. I think. Get them started anyway. Remember, I didn't take this apart. I didn't even know what these pieces looked like till I purchased them. Oh, come on. I think my block's in the way. That's not right. That's not good. Yeah, my 2x6 is keeping me from lining these up, it appears. It appears. What in the world? I'll get what I can. If I can get that shock bolt in, maybe. Wow, amazing. Shock bolt installed. I wonder if the other one would be that easy. Definitely not. It's peeking through. Back it off a thread. You can see what's happening here. Just gonna have to be lining some stuff up. As soon as I get enough bolts in, I can drop this jack out, get that board out of my way, because it's keeping this from lining up. All right, let me fight it for a minute. Sometimes you just need the right tool for the job. Oh yeah. A big old alignment punch. Which direction do you need to go? There we go. And there's some witness marks. You tell me which holes had bolts. And it's this one down here. You heard it go. The right tool for the job. Alright. Now let me find whatever size these are and we'll get them tightened up. Okay. Let's tighten these up. Get this thing done. Got my stuff stuck. Shock is tight. I wonder if I can do that bottom one. The bottom one's loose too. Now, I'm gonna need a ratchet. A ratchet. Gonna need a socket. Nope. We did it that way. Can I do the bottom ones that way? No, no room. Gonna need a ratchet. Alright. Don't do that. Okay. Alright, we got all that stuff tightened up. We have a cross member. We have rear suspension. Shocks are starting to work now. Okay, so I need to take my mower home in my trailer, and I got to get that bed out of here so I can get my zero turn in. So somehow or another, I'm gonna try to put that bed on the Gator. Okay, I'm here always by myself, so oh boy, it's gonna be fun times. Okay, here we go. it turned around. Now then. I'm going to drive the trailer out from under it. See how that works. Scratch it. Yeah. Well, that in order. As I anticipated. But it was stuck on. Stuck on. Okay. That should ride there. Should ride there. This thing doesn't cooperate very well though, I must say. Lines up pretty good. Lines up pretty good. This one's in that notch. This one's a little long. Don't know why. Could change dimension. Somehow or another. Make this go. Okay. We need a little setup, I think. Alright, I did get it up there. I just put it up there. But I did tie it to the front wheel so it wouldn't slide away on me. Because it tried to. Alright, what are we riding on? Kind of sitting up on them bolts I just put in. That's better. That's better. I'll show you. We're almost to the mounts, actually. I thought I was just going to set it up there to get it out of my way, but we might be able to install it. See there? We're just a little off. What are we hitting? Oh, this plastic piece. Okay, we're over that. We're over that. Shove it. Oh, it had to go in the slots. It didn't have a choice. Look at that. You can see daylight through them. Let me see if got the bolts for it. The guys were pretty good about getting their bolts. It's probably that. Alright, let me try to put these in. Alright, those bolts actually weren't long enough, but they went most of the way in. So at least they'll hinge from there. See, there was a handle on here at one time. So yeah, this thing is adjustable. It can be square again by changing the bolts. Okay, well, I think, guys, we're going to end the video here because it's getting a little long and we have a long way to go, and the rest of the stuff will be more interesting. So this is part of the tailgate. Yeah, like that. This is the other half of the tailgate. Wait. Oh, it's upside down. Yeah, like that. There we go. Like that. Okay. Wonder if I can clamp them together a little bit. Anyway, guys, got a lot of work to do on this thing, but my priorities are a little different here right now until I get the wife, keep the wife happy, get her studio done so she can have her holiday bazaar. Yeah. So guys, thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. Come back for part 2 of putting the Gator together and make it cool. But progress has been made today. Certainly progress has been made today. Alright guys, we're going to catch you guys on the next video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do hit that notification, all that good stuff. You all know the details on how to do that. And we will catch you on the next video.